Hi all. In this video, we are going to discuss about basic commands of Linux operating system. So these are only basic commands. We have n number of commands in Linux. Okay. Going forward, we are going to discuss about file system, process monitoring, file system, process management, and networking, service management. Okay. So each and every topic have different commands, but these commands which we are seeing here in the screen, these commands are very much basic, which we are going to use in our day-to-day activities. Okay. So in that case, we have switch user. Okay. First, we will discuss about switch user. In Windows, normally, what you will do to switch user from one user to another user, Control Alt Delete. Then you will get an option to switch the user. You will select that option, and you will switch user from one user to another user. Correct. But here in Linux, we don't have any graphical user interface, only command line interface. Okay, so we need to use switch user. We need to use command. We don't have any mouse click. We don't have any user friendly options to change it. Correct. So let me open my virtual box. See, this is what my virtual box. Here inside the virtual box, I have update. I have created four machines. I have created in that one machine. The name machine name is Glances. This machine I'm going to use for today's session. Uh, to know how to install Virtual Box Manager and how can we access the VirtualBox server, Linux server from Putty. So these informations you will get from the video which I highlighted in the top. Okay, so click on it, and you can learn how to install VirtualBox and how to install Linux operating system. Then how can we access Linux operating system from outside? That is, we are using Putty here. Okay, now uh, here we have console. So let me open the console. So this is what my console. So whenever you're opening, the console will be looks like this, and see, console will be looks like this. So you have to log in. I am going to log in with root user 345. Okay, so I logged in. See here, I logged in as a root user. Okay. Anyway, this console is not comfortable for me to work, so that is why I'm going to use Putty. To use Putty, we have to know what is the IP address. So if you see in this line, if you see inet 192.168.0.106, this is what the IP address of this particular Linux operating system. So now I'm going to open the Putty. So here 192.168.0.106. I'm going to open this Putty. So here I created a normal user. So um, you have to create one normal user here. If you want, let me create one normal user. So create normal user, we need to use user add command. User add something we will create. For example, user one. I'll create user one. Okay, the username is user one. ID command, by using ID command, we could check whether user one is created or not. Yes, user one is created and UID also assigned. I'm going to set the password for this. For that, we have to use passwd command. Passwd, then which for which user you are going to set password? User one. Okay. So I'm going to set password 123 123. Okay. So I set password. Now by using this user, I'm going to access from Putty. Okay. This user I'm going to give user one 123. See, I have logged in. Okay, by seeing this also you can come to know you logged in via which user. Okay, if you see here, you have logged in via root user, correct, in the console, but here in Putty you logged in via normal user. In another command, we have a command also. to check how to know which I logged in via which user. That command is who am I. If you click on, if you type this command and click, then it will show you currently you are logged in via which user. Okay, why? Because sometime what happened, this information it will not show here. Okay, only dollar, it will be blink like a dollar. Okay, so in that case you can easily, by using this command, easily you can come to know you logged in via which user. Okay, in initial days you could use this who am I command or pwd command. Pwd is nothing but present working directory. See, whenever you are logging into any user, your cursor will directly taking you into the home directory of that particular user. See, what is the home directory of the user? User1 slash home slash user1. If you create a user called apple, then for apple, uh, what is the home directory of the username called apple? Slash home slash apple. So like that, if you create your own name, whenever you are creating your username, whatever user you are creating, so Linux by default it will create a home directory with that name. Okay, what I'm going to do, let me minimize this. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch the user from user1 to root user. I want to switch to root user. So for that I need to run the command su hyphen space or oot root. Okay, so when I want to switch from user1 to root, then I have to use su hyphen. Okay, why we are using this hyphen, I'll explain you. So when you are giving su hyphen root user, then it will ask you the password. This password is not user one's password. Okay, this password is root password we need to give. Why? Because you are switching to root, correct? So this ID password we need to give. What is my root password? 12345. So when I give 12345, see here I logged in as root and type command who am I, so that you can come to know you currently logged in via root user. And what is the PWD? See, whenever the moment when it is jump into root user, it is directly take you to the home directory of root. As we discussed in our part 1, Linux part 1 and part 2, there I explained you very well what is the home directories and what is the home directory for root user, correct? So root user is a administrator or high privileged user. Okay, so it has its own home directory. The other users, other normal users, it has its own directory under slash home, but root user have its own home directory slash root. Okay, now if I want to exit, if I want to go back to user one, you can type exit, or you can use shortcuts, correct? Control D also you can use. I'm going to use exit. When you exit, what happen? It will go one step back. Okay, so I logged in was via user one, then I switched user from user one to root. While I'm switching, it's asked password, so I gave root password. Then I checked which, from which user I logged in. I logged in as a root user. Then when I switch to this root user, where my current cursor is, where I'm standing currently, to check that, we have to use pwd command. When I use pwd command, we have slash root. Okay, if you want to exit from this particular user, then it will go back to the user. If you type one more time exit, what happened? Completely my putty session itself closed. Why? Because there is no user behind this user one, correct? So if you type again exit, your putty session will be closed. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I logged in, I'm going to log into root user. Okay, it will ask password 12345. Okay, so now I'm going to switch from root user to normal user. Okay, so su hyphen, I'll create one more user called user add. I'll create one more user for testing purpose. Test. id test. See here, new user has been created. Pass wd test. So it's asking password 123 123 I gave. Okay, password has been set. Okay, now I want to jump into this test user. Okay, su space hyphen test. When I jump into test user, see the difference between this. See, when I want to jump from normal user to root user, it is asking password. But when I want to jump from root user to normal user, it is not asking password. Why? Why? Because root is the super user or administrator, correct? It root user no need any authentication to switch internally. But if you switch from normal user to root user, definitely you have to provide the password of the root user because of the security purpose. Okay. Now I'll check PWD. See, slash home slash test. Why? Because as I said, whenever you are create any user in Linux operating system, it will it will assign one id and it will create a home directory in the name of the same user, and the home directory it will create inside slash home slash test. Okay, inside slash home it will create a home directory. Okay, now I'll go to, okay, I'll exit it. Okay, now I'll explain what is the difference between hyphen s without, sorry, hyphen without hyphen. Now what I'll do, I'll go here slash etc something called I have one directory called Prometheus, one directory I have inside this I have some files. Okay, now I'm standing where I'm standing here. Okay, so I will give, oh, okay, no, I don't want to give clear, let it be. So I'm standing Prometheus. Okay, slash etc Prometheus. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to switch user to the normal user. See, su. Okay, then I'm going to switch to this user, test user. Okay, test. This time I have not used hyphen in between this. Okay, I have not used hyphen. So directly I give su test. Will it ask password? No, it will not ask password. Why? Because you are switching from super user to normal user. Okay, so I'm going to hit. See here, it is changed. See here, it is changed test, but where I'm currently standing, I'm standing inside the Prometheus itself. Okay, it has to be take the cursor into the home directory of the this test user, correct? But it didn't do that. Why? Because that is the usage of hyphen. If you use hyphen, then you are telling boss, please take me to this user's home directory. Okay, wherever you are using hyphen, you are telling your operating system that please take me to this user's home directory. If you don't use a hyphen, then your operating system will not take you to home directory. Your operating system will not take you to home directory. Instead, it will keep your cursor as it is. When you are in the root user, when you are on root user, you were standing inside slash etc Prometheus, correct? The same place you will be stand, just only user, switch user happened. Okay, see here, you switch to test user, but the place where you were standing, that has not changed. That is the difference between su hyphen and su. So which one is best thing? See, depends upon your requirement, correct? So why Linux given operating system given these options in the sense? As I said, we are using command line interface, correct? So it will help us to work on command line interface. So that is why they have given option. You can use su hyphen or without hyphen. With hyphen or without hyphen, you could use it. I'll exit. So when I exit, I'll come back to root user. Next, we are going to discuss about create, copy, move, remove. Okay, so these are the things we are going to discuss. Now, let me exit from here. Su. hyphen root. Okay, so I'll give password. You are in root user. Okay, I'll clear it. So you are in root user. Now pwd, you are standing inside the root. Who am I? You are logged in as a root user. Now I'll go to slash cd. Cd is the command change directory. You are currently standing slash root, correct? I want to go to the parent directory, that is slash. See here. Now where I'm standing inside the slash directory. I'm giving pwd now. Okay, sorry, ls now. So when you give ls, whatever the content which is available inside the slash, it will show here. Okay. Now I want to create a directory. Directory means folder. So in Windows we are calling folder, but in Linux we are calling it as directory. So wherever I'm using directory, you assume that that is folder. Okay. Now I'm going to create one folder. What is the folder name? Folder name MK. Sorry, what is the? I'm going to create a. Now I'm going to create a folder. So for that command mkdir. Okay, what is that? Command is mkdir space. Here we have some options. See, the Linux operating system always first it will be command. Okay, after the space when you are giving when you give the space, then second thing for option, and one more space if you give, if you type anything, then it will assume that that is your arguments, correct? So here mk directory is the command. If you don't give any option, option always start with hyphen. If you start with hyphen, that is option. If you not start with of hyphen, then it will think that it is argument. So now mkdir, what is the directory I want to create? I want to create a directory called my directory. Okay, or I want to create my folder. Okay, so when you are when you are executing this command, what it will check? It will go and create. Why? Because I have not given any path where I need to create, correct? Just I gave mkdir and I given the directory name. So where currently it is standing, where it is currently standing, it is standing inside the slash, correct? So this particular folder, it will create in the same location. Now I'll give enter. See here pwd again I'll run. So I'm standing here. Inside that, what are the things were there? These are the contents were available. But now I'm going to type ls. See my new folder which I created, it has been created. Correct? So this, by using this mkdir command, you can create a folder. Now you have not given any path, directly you given folder. That is why it is created where it is standing. I want to create inside the temp. Okay, mkdir slash tmp. So when you give slash tmp, then your operating system understand you want to create a directory. Okay, that is inside the slash, inside the temp. Okay, now what is the directory name? Which directory you want to create? I want to create test directory. Test directory. Okay, when you create it, what your operating system will do? So it will go and check whether this directory is already available or not. If it is available, then it will not create. If it is not available, then it will create. Where it will create? It will create inside the temp, inside the slash. Okay, inside the slash we have temp. Inside the temp we have this new directory will be created. Shall I create? Yes, I created. Now if I type ls, this test directory will not be available. Why? Because currently where I'm standing in pwd. But which path I given? I given slash tmp test directory. Okay. Now I'll go and check cd slash already. So inside the temp I'm going. So inside the temp I do ls. See here test directory has been created. Inside the slash I went to temp. Inside the temp we have test directory. Now if I want to go to the test directory, I can go in two ways. One is absolute path, another one is relative path. Okay. So what is absolute path and relative path? See here, currently I'm standing slash tmp folder, correct? Now inside this folder only test directory is available. Now I have two options. One, I can give slash tmp slash test directory. Okay, here also you could use tab command. Okay, so cd temp and test directory. If you give this, it will directly take you here. Okay, see now where you are standing, slash tmp slash test directory. You are standing inside this particular directory, correct? If you want to go back one step back, then you could use cd space double dot. When you create cd space double dot, then you could go back one step, you could go back. Okay, now where you are standing, you are currently standing tmp. If you type ls, see test directory is available. Okay, now whatever I have given, this is absolute path. Why? Because even though you are standing inside the tmp, you start from the temp, you given the complete path to the operating system. See, slash inside the slash temp folder is there. Inside the temp folder, we have a test directory. Please take me to that directory. That is what you told to your operating system. Your operating system checked, yes, slash is available. Next, tmp also available. Next, test directory also available. Okay, it took you to this particular directory. Now, I'm going to use relative path. I'm directly typing here cd test directory. Okay, so this also will take you to the slash temp slash test directory. What is mean by this? Why? Because you are standing inside the slash inside the temp. You no need to give complete path, correct? You just give test directory. So this path we are calling it as the absolute path. Sorry, relative path. This one is absolute path. So which one should I use? You can use the absolute path or relative path. It is depends upon you. You can use whatever you want. As I said, Linux operating system make some easy ways to work fast. So you could use this absolute path or you could give the relative path. Whatever what you can take it. Okay. So like that, um, you can use absolute and relative. This absolute and relative path not only for change the directory, even though we are going to use in many places. So depends on your requirement. You could use whatever you want. But initial days, I recommend you that please use the absolute path. Okay, one or two times after you run this command, one or twice after that you could use relative path as well. So whenever you are running any relative path, absolute path, this pwd command is very much important. Type pwd command, check where you are standing. Then you think, how can we go to this particular directory? Whether I could use absolute path or relative path. So all this information, you just imagine and think it, and you execute the command and you test it. Okay. Now I'll go to slash directory again. Okay, pwd. I'm standing here. I'll do clear. Now I'll do ls. See, I created one folder inside the already I created one folder, correct? If I want to go to this folder, what I should do? Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll go to slash tmp slash what we have. See, if you type double tap, then it will give you what are the contents are available inside the tmp. Okay, test directory I created. Okay, so currently I jump into uh, test directory. Okay, now I want to go inside this my folder. Where my folder is available? C slash my folder. Okay, now check. See, you were there inside the temp directory. After that, by using cd command, you told your operating system to take me to inside the slash inside my folder. It has taken. You are currently standing inside my folder. Okay, now inside my folder I want to create a file. If you want to create a file, the command called touch then file name. What is the file name? I could use anything, my file. Okay, so when you type file, then type ls is the command to list the contents which is available inside the directory. Okay, so I run ls. See here, my file I'm able to see. So touch command we are using to create a empty file. Okay, and to see the content, what is there inside the file, if I want to see the content. Okay, say for example, I have here one directory I have in Windows. Okay, in Windows I have a C drive. I'm going to use something dumb, some dump stack is there. Okay, this is file, correct? If I want to read the content, just double click on it, then what it will do, it will give you, it will open and it will show you the content of this, correct? So these types of so this is how we can open and we can check the file in graphical user interface. But to see the content of the file, here we are going to use cat command. Okay, we have many commands, but cat command is very much familiar and we are going to use it. So by using cat command, if you give cat then file name, it will give you the content whatever it is available inside the file. Okay, as of now there is no content, that is why it is given empty, it is giving empty. So now I'm going to use the vi editor to open and to edit it. In Windows, if you want to edit this particular file, what you can do, you can open and you can come here and blah blah blah, you can download whatever you want, you can type, and what you will do, you will save it, correct? So same like here in Linux, if you want to open any file, then you have to use editor. We have two types of editor here, vi and vim editor we have, and nano also we have, but most of the time people will use vi editor. In this lecture, in the last command, we are going to see about vi editor. So as of now, just I will open and edit and I save it. Okay, by using vi command, I'm opening this file. Press enter, press I. Okay, if you press I, it will go to insert mode. Okay, you until it goes to insert mode, you cannot type anything. Even though if you type, it will not accept your comments. Okay, your letters, it will not accept. So just if I want to open, this is, I'll take in the next line. Okay, this is my first file. I'll give this is my first file and I'll save it. To save this, okay, see, currently I'm in insert mode. See the bottom, left bottom. Okay, see insert mode. I'm currently on insert mode. Then I'll press escape. When you press escape, it will go move out from insert mode. Then shift colon WQ. If you type WQ, then it will be saved. Now I'm going to use cat command. So I want to see what is there inside the file. So what is there inside the file? We have this first line we gave empty, and in second line I have typed that this is my file. Correct. So this is the usage of cat command to see the content of the file. Okay. And here if you type I have ls. Okay. Now what I'm going to do? I'm going to see the complete details. Why? Because I'm seeing only my file, correct? If you open here, see here we have a something, we have a okay, we have here views, correct? If I want to see the large icon or extra large icon, see here I'm seeing only directory name. Okay, large icon, if I select, I see only names, I don't see the informations. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this list, correct? So if you type list, then it will show in this format. If you want with the details, then you have to give this details. When you select the details, then it will give you the name, modify date and type and size. So these many informations it is giving, correct? Same like if you give ls, it will give you only the file name. If you want to know, if you want to know the details, more details about it, then you have to give ls hyphen l. Okay, hyphen l is nothing but list. See here, it will give you along with your file name, and it will give you some permission. This permission we are going to check in upcoming sessions. We are going to discuss about the permission, how to set the permission, how to change the permission, what is mean by RW, RRR, all those things. Okay, and this is the uh, owner of the file. This is group of the file. This also we are going to discuss, and finally it will give you the date. Okay, and the time, then file name. So this is what the, this is how we could check the complete details of my file. Correct? Now we have one more option that we will discuss later. As I said, this is command, this is option. If you start with after command one space, after that if you give hyphen, then your operating system comes to know that okay, this guy is first he type command, after that he has given option. Okay. Now see ls hyphen l. Okay, so this is information. Now touch command not only to create empty file, even though if you want to change this date and time but you don't want to do anything, when this date and time will change whenever you do any changes inside the file, correct? But touch command without changing anything, if you want to change the modified date, that time also you could use touch command. Touch my file. If I do touch my file, then ls hyphen l, then it see here it is changed 22 25 it is 22 29. Okay, how to know the what is my current date? See, if you type date command, then it will give you the date of your operating system, current machine date it will give you. um See here 1030. So I last modified this file in 1029, but I did not do any modification inside the file content, but just I refreshed this file. To refresh that file also we could use touch command. Okay. So far we have seen cd command, pwd command, id command, um, user add command, passwd command. Then we saw mkdir, we saw touch and date. So these many commands we have used so far. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about, okay, in mkdir we have one more option we could use, that is p. For example, inside I'm standing inside my folder, correct? Inside my folder, if I type ls, so my file I have created. Okay. So now I'm going to root directory. I'm standing here. Okay. So pwd, I'm standing in root directory, correct? Now I have to use directory inside directory. So mkdir, I want to use something called directory called Linux. Okay, inside that I'm going to use one more directory. So first click one directory, create one directory. Inside it, create one more directory. What is the directory? Something like English. Okay, something I'm going to create like this. When you create when you run this, if you want to create directory inside the directory, it will not allow. What it will say, cannot create a directory, no such file or directory, which means whenever you are giving mkdir, first it will go and check whether slash is there. Yes, slash is there. Inside the slash, linux directory is there, linux directory is not there. Okay. And in Linux directory itself not there, how it will create inside one more directory? It will not create one more directory, correct? But if you give like this, just slash Linux, now also there is no Linux. See here, there is no Linux directory at all, correct? So if you give mkdir slash Linux, what will happen? If you give one single directory, if you create, it will create it. See, it will create it. It will go and check whether linux directory is available inside or not. Here, if it is not available, then it will create it. But if you want to create directory inside directory, it will not allow you. For example, if I give ubuntu ubuntu slash english, okay, it will give you an error. So if you want to create in one shot, if you want to create directory inside the directory, then you have option called -p. If you give option hyphen p, then what this option will do? This will create a directory. First, it will create Ubuntu directory. After that, inside it, it will create English directory. So I'm going to use it. Now, if you see, Ubuntu directory has been created. Inside the Ubuntu directory, see how can we go inside the Ubuntu directory? What is the path of this Ubuntu directory? Slash Ubuntu. Okay. So you can go with absolute path or you can go with relative path. Why? Because already you are standing inside the slash. So you just give Ubuntu. So if you just give Ubuntu, that is your relative path. When you start with slash, then that is your absolute path. You can go like this also. So pwd. So you are standing inside Ubuntu. ls. See here, all English directory also created. In one shot, you can create directory inside directory. You can use multiple directory also. Directory inside directory also you could create it. But here you have to use hyphen p option. Okay. If you want to go inside this English, inside this folder called English, two paths you could use. One is absolute path, another one is relative path. What is absolute path? You have to start with slash, inside the slash Ubuntu, inside the Ubuntu English. Okay, you could give like this, or else already you are standing inside the Ubuntu, then you can directly go give English directory, so that nothing is there inside the English directory, and pwd commenting you are currently standing inside the English directory. So by using this hyphen p option, you can create directory inside directory. Okay. Now, if I want to create a file, I'm use touch. Okay, I want to create a file inside English directory. Touch something. I'll give some other name. So I'll give something called app. Okay, app is my file. If I type ls, then it is showing that I have app. If I type ls-l, then it will give me the information about app along with all the information when it is created, what is the size. This is 0 size as of now. Okay, so these informations we could see by using ls-l option. Okay, and now we have one more command called t. Okay, t slash I'll do one thing. I'll go to cd slash. Currently, you are standing here. ls. Okay, so I'm standing here inside pwd. Type ls. See, I want to see all the content directory inside that one file we have created. Correct. So I want to see all the contents in one shot. How can we see that? We have a command called tree. Okay, by using this tree command, you just give Ubuntu. Here also you can use absolute path or relative path. What is the already you are standing here, correct? Already where you are standing inside the slash. So you could give relative path or you could give absolute path also, no problem. I'm giving absolute path. So when I give here tree slash Ubuntu, so what it will show? It will give you Ubuntu, and inside the Ubuntu we have directory called English. Inside this directory we have file called app. So by using this tree command, you can see this file structure. Okay, file and folder structure you could see. Okay, this command also very much helpful whenever you are working on command line interface. Next, we will discuss about copy command. Okay, so where I'm standing inside. So I'll inside the slash. I'm going to slash Ubuntu slash. What is the folder we have inside the Ubuntu? We have English, correct? So English, inside the English we have app. Okay, so now I'll go this place. I'll type ls-l. So I have a file called app. Okay, now I want to copy this app file from slash Ubuntu slash English to my folder. Okay, for that command we are going to use cp. Here, this is the copy command, and here I'm going to use source information and destination information, which means from where I'm going to take this app where my app file is located and where I'm going to store it. What is the source information? Source information is where my app file is located. It is inside slash. Inside the slash we have folder called Ubuntu. Inside Ubuntu we have a directory called English. Okay, inside it, this file I'm going to copy. This is my source information, correct? And here I'm going to use destination where I'm going to copy this file. Okay, where I'm going to copy my folder, correct? So for my folder, slash my folder slash my folder. Okay, so inside the my folder I'm going to copy. So I'm going to take this app file from here to this destination directory. When it is copying, it will not copy English folder, all those things. It is just a path. It will take only one file, that is called app. This app file it will take from here and it will paste it inside my folder. Okay. Again, here you could use absolute path or relative path. Why? Because see here where I'm currently standing. I'm standing on English, correct? See, let me erase all those things. PWD. I'm standing inside the Ubuntu English, correct? So I can use absolute path or I can give relative path. If I want to give relative path, just I can use app. Okay, and where I need to store it, my folder. So this is my absolute path. Why? Because my what is the complete path of app? Inside slash inside the slash we have Ubuntu. Inside the slash English. So slash Ubuntu slash English. This is what my complete path, correct? But already I am standing here slash Ubuntu slash English. I am standing inside it. So that is why directly I could use the file and I could copy the destination path. Or else if you want, you can give a complete path as well. So slash Ubuntu slash English. Okay, like that also you could use it, no problem. Okay, now I'm going to copy. Now I'm going to run a command. See where I'm currently standing. I'm standing in inside the Ubuntu. But if you give ls-l, so what it will give you wherever you are standing. That information it will provide. Correct. I could check the if I want to check the whether it is copied or not. I have to go here slash my folder. Currently where I came to my folder, type ls -l. So I'm able to see here, I'm able to see app has been copied. My file I already created for testing purpose. Okay, so my file already it was there. I just copied this app file from Ubuntu in English folder to this folder. Okay, so I did copy, I have not moved. Okay, copy in the sense both the places the file will be available. Okay, so this is how we could copy the file from one location to another location. Now we are going to copy the directory, complete English directory we will copy. Okay, complete English directory we will copy to my folder. Okay, how can we do that? I'll go to slash Ubuntu slash English. It is not necessary each and every time you have to go there. From here also you could directly use cp slash Ubuntu slash English. So this directory I'm going to copy. Where I'm going to copy? I'm going to copy my folder. Okay. You can give slash in the end or without slash also you can give, no problem. To avoid confusion, just I'm removing those slashes. Okay. If you give slash also, no, not an issue. Now I'm going to copy complete this English directory. Previously what I copied only one file I copy, but this time I'm going to copy complete directory. So whenever you are giving like this, whenever you are using cp or whatever command you are using, so it will consider this is what your the copy file or directory. This is, it will not copy Ubuntu as well. Okay, it will copy only the last part. Now, when I use cp, what it is telling? It is giving me omitting directory. Okay. Why this omitting directory it is giving? Because it is telling that inside the this English is not an empty directory. Correct. inside it, it has some content. So here itself it is given hyphen or not specified, which means recursive we need to specify. Recursive means recursive is nothing but I'm telling to my operating system, please copy this English directory along with the content whatever available inside the English, correct? So inside the directory there is a file. So I'm telling to my operating system, please copy this directory and inside whatever contents are available inside the directory, that also you copy from here to this location. So I just used hyphen r. Hyphen r is nothing but recursive. Now I'm going to use, see, it is copied. Now I'll go and check whether this one is copied or not. So just why, because currently I'm standing here inside my folder, correct? So this English copied from here to my folder. So just I'll give ls-l. So when I give ls-l, see here English directory copied. This directory copied from where? Ubuntu English. Okay. And now ls-l is the command, correct? If you give ls-l command alone, it will execute your present working directory. Which one is present working directory? Pwd if we give, this is what my present working directory, correct? From here itself you can see the information of your file or your directories anywhere. Now ls-l command I given one option. See, I don't want to go inside this Ubuntu folder and I want to see, correct? Just I will tell my operating system, please give me the information about the directory which is available inside this Ubuntu inside the English. See here, it has given only one file is there inside Ubuntu and English. Like that, this ls command, whether it is copy command, whatever command you want, you can run from anywhere. Just you want to give the path correctly. If you are copying, you can copy from anywhere, even though you are inside the temp directory or whatever directory you are standing. Okay, irrespective of where you are standing, you can use copy command, or you can use ls command, or you can use move command, or you can use rm command. Whatever command you can use it. Only the thing is, if it is copy or move, then the source and destination should be important. The path is very much important. You could use absolute path or relative path, depends on where you are currently standing, correct? Same like whenever you are using ls, that all time also you could use your absolute path or relative path. So here if I give just ls-l, what it will give? In the present working directory information it will give, it will come and check here my folder, inside the my folder whatever the contents are there, those contents it will show. But what I want to know, I don't want to know, I don't want to see the content of my folder. I want to see the content of Ubuntu and English directory, correct? So that is why I given here Ubuntu/English, so that if I give ls-l, I could see whatever the content available inside the English directory. If you want to go manually, then cd/Ubuntu, okay, /English. If you go there, then the type pwd. Now ls-lh, if you're complete, if you're typing ls-l, so it will give only app directory. This is what it was showing here. At that time where I was standing my folder, but here I gave the path, so it will go and check from the path. If you don't give the path, what it will happen, wherever it is standing, those information it will give it to you. Okay. Now I'm currently standing in Ubuntu English. I want to see the contents information which is available inside the my folder. Okay. For that, what we can do, ls-lh/my folder. If you give, it will show you my folder. So not only this folder which we created, even though if you want to see what is there inside the slash home in ls-l/home, if you want to see, you can give ls-l home. So inside this home directory, we have this many information. This is created by me. This also created by me, and this one all are. I have one user called Apple. I have one user called Mango. I have one user called Test and user one. So 4 users I have created inside this machine. I already created. Okay. In front of you, we created only test and user one directory, correct? Each and every user have its own directory. So all the information I can able to see from here. From where you are standing, you are standing here, but the you given here the path. So what your operating system will do, it will take the content from this path and it will show you. So like that, you could use relative path and absolute path, and you could show the contents here. Okay. Now I'll clear this information, this screen. To clear this screen, we have to use clear. Okay. So now where I'm standing inside the English. Okay. I want to create a, I want to delete this file. Okay. Inside the Ubuntu English, inside that we have app file, correct? I want to create, I want to delete this file. How to delete? Using rm command. Rm, first I'll say ls-l, the complete information also I'm taking. Okay. So what I'm going to use, rm just rm app. If you give rm app, it will ask the confirmation, correct? Whether do you want to delete this or not, correct? But if we have one file, that is okay. But each and every time I don't want to give the yes or no option. I know that this file I want to delete it. If it should not ask me the confirmation, then you could use, I just given control C. If you give control C, what happened? This command will not execute. Okay. Now see here, the still that direct file is there. I have not deleted. I just cancel my command. Okay. Now rm hyphen f. If I give rm-f, so I'm telling you forcefully delete it. Don't ask me any question. Go and just delete it. Don't ask any confirmation from me. So when you use rm-f app, see here it is deleted. Now I'll type ls-l. There is nothing. No files are available. Okay. Same like if you have multiple files. If you want to create some file here, touch um, test file 1. Same like test file 2. Okay. Same like test file 3. I have 3 files here. ls-l. If I give 3 files created, where I created pwd, I created inside Ubuntu English folder, correct? So 3 file I created. Now I want to delete all the file. In that case, you could use rm-f star. If you give star, what will happen? No, in this directory, in this Ubuntu inside the English, you could, it will delete all the files. You no need to give any file name. Okay. If you give, it will delete it. See, it deleted. If you give lsfnlh, nothing is there. Now again, I'll create some file 2 and 3. I will create. Okay. 2 and 3 I will create lsfnl. If I give, so 2 files are there. Now I want to delete. If you use up arrow, those comments will come. We already discussed in my last video. Okay, in the shortcuts and all. If you use up and down arrow, then your previous comment will come, or else you can type it rm hyphen f. Okay. Now I want to delete. Okay, I'll create one more file. touch. Here I will give something called apple. Apple I'll give. Okay. So I'll clear it. Now, where I'm standing inside the Ubuntu ls-lh. So 3 files are there inside. You can give ls-lh or you can give path as well. No problem. See inside Ubuntu, inside English, whatever it is there, show me the same will show. Why? Because you are standing already inside Ubuntu English. That is why I have not given any path here. Correct. So if you want to search with the path, that is it will give the same info. Correct. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the files which is starting with test. So rm-f. This time I don't want to remove all the files. I want to remove only the file which is starting with the test. Okay. If I want to remove the file which is starting with test, then I have to give test star. If you give test star, then all the file which is starting with the word test will be deleted. Let me check that. See, 2 files are deleted, only 1 file are there. So like that, you could use rm command to remove the file completely. Okay, same like if you want to delete the file, this is rm-f. If you want to remove the file, see here I'm standing inside the Ubuntu. So what I used here, I used absolute path, sorry, relative path I used, correct? Instead of this, if I want to delete this app, how can I delete? rm-rf APPLE. If I give a APPLE, it will delete, correct? So this is absolute path I'm using because already I'm standing inside the English folder. Or else, if you want to give the your relative absolute path, then Ubuntu slash English. This also you could use. If you use in this way or that way, okay. If you want to delete all the files which is starting with test, then you can give like this also. Instead of giving in this like this, you could give like this also. Okay. So here I want to delete app, correct? So app le. I can give app le, or I could give app star. Okay. Then also it is matching. It will replay. It will remove. Correct. I'll give apple. Now I'll check ls-lh. See, nothing is there. So like that, you could use command remove to files. Same like if I want to remove some directory. Okay. Now I'll go. I'll create some files here. Okay, no problem. Now we will see how can we remove the directory. Cd slash. I'll come here. See here I have one directory, correct? I want to remove this directory. What is the command? Rm command. And -f also I will use forcefully so that it should not ask any question. Or directly first I'll go and I'll remove this my folder. So where is my folder is available? Inside the slash my folder. Already you are standing inside the slash, so you no need to give slash. Directly you can use relative path, correct? So here my folder you can use. So this folder I'm going to use, I'm going to remove it, correct? Slash. I'm using slash as well. No problem. You could use without relative path or absolute path. Okay. So when I try to remove, like when we are copying directory, correct? During the time how it was showing omitting directory, some error was given, correct? Same like here also it is giving cannot remove. My folder is a directory, correct? So if you want to remove a file, you can directly go rm-f and you can give whatever you want. Okay. But here, when you are removing any directory, you have to use -r for recursive. For CP also we have use -r, correct? When you use -r, see what happening. It is asking question. Should I delete this my folder or not? All these questions. I don't. If I don't want to. I don't want this questions. Okay. I don't want to give this confirmation. Directly go on delete. In the sense you have to use rm-rf. You have to add f flag. Okay. So this is command, this is option, this is argument. Okay. So I'm telling use rm command, and in that option use recursive option and forcefully option on uh, to remove the my folder. So many people will think that when we give like this, it will delete slash also, correct? No, it will not delete slash. It will delete only last content. That is what I said. Whenever you are giving any path, your command will apply on only to that last directive only. It will apply. See here, I given rm command. I given the path Ubuntu English Apple. So will it delete all the slash Ubuntu English all those things? No, it will not delete. Your command will apply only on the last part of your path. Same like here, your command will work only on last part of this path. Okay. So your rm-rf if you give, so what it will do, it will go and it will delete my folder. Why we are using r? Because this is folder. Inside this folder some contents are there. That is why it will not allow you to delete by using normally rm command. Why we are using f command? Why? Because if you don't use f, it will ask you the confirmation. If you don't want to ask this confirmation, why? Because inside the folder there will be multiple files will be there, correct? N number of files will be there. 1,000 files also will be there. So each 1,000 time will you sit and press yes, 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 like that? Will you press? No, correct? One or two, that is okay. But if you have multiple content, so that will not comfortable. So that is why we have option called force. So when you are using -f, it will it will not ask any confirmation from you, directly it will delete it. And here one more highlight I want to show you. Here, see, sometime by mistakenly, if you give any space, what will happen? No, your Linux operating system directly it will first go and it will remove this directory. After that, it will try to command remove this directory. See, this is slash directory, correct? If you remove this, it is nothing but something you run like this. What will happen if you remove this slash directory? Your complete operating system will go off. Complete every file will go off, and you are running from root user. If you are running from normal user, no problem. But if you are running from, it will not allow to delete it. But if you are running from root or administrator user, it will be deleted. Okay. In the new versions, whether the restrictions are there or not, I'm not sure. But this is very very dangerous command, RM command. Whenever you are running, be careful, try to go to the endpoint and delete it, end the path and delete it. Or else, if you are using absolute path, try, see, whenever you are using RM command, try to use relative path, not absolute path. What is the relative path? This is relative path is nothing but my folder. If you use my folder, this is relative path. If you use the absolute path, then you have to start from slash my folder, something like that, correct? So I request you to avoid this providing uh, absolute path when you are doing for RM, when you are using RM command. Okay. So already I'm inside this slash only. Okay. Already I'm inside the slash. So I'm going to use hyphen. Why? Because by mistakenly, if you give one space, what your operating system will think? It will think that, okay, first we will go and delete it. After that, we will go and delete like this. Like this, you can use multiple files also here, but don't give space, and better you remove the space and go to that particular directory. For example, if it is available inside the slash, then first go to the slash, then directly run from here with relative path. Okay, I'm going to run here. So now see here, my folder was there. Now my folder was not, it was deleted. See, that will be available inside the MNT and my project. Correct. See, like that we could use we could delete a directory, and we could delete a file. Okay. Now we have one more command called move command. By using move command, we could move file or directory from one place to another place. See, we have seen copy command. By using copy command, you can copy file from one place to another place. What is the difference between copy and move? See, in Linux operating, sorry, in Windows operating system, we have two options. One is copy. Another one is we have copy. Another one is cut. What is the difference between cut and copy? If you use copy option, the file will be available in original location and where you are going to store the destination location. Source location and destination location, both the places file will be available. If you use cut, what will happen? In the source destination, it will completely remove and it will paste it into destination, correct? Same thing, instead of cut, we are using here move. By using move command, we could copy and we could, sorry, not copy, we could move the file from one place to another file. Now I want to move the file which is on Ubuntu. Okay, inside the Ubuntu, what we have, we will see first cd or else I'll use one, create one command file here, touch, what file will use, move test. Okay, just I'll use a move test. You can give whatever name you want. I gave a move test. You don't follow same name, you give you different names so that you will get some confidence. Now I created, where I created, I have not given any path there. So what will happen? It will take this path. When you don't give any path, it will take this present working day, the PWD path, and it will create it here. I'll type ls. See, where is the file which I created? See here, move test. This is the file created. See, these and all blue color is there, white color is the file. But we will discuss later to how to come, how can we come to know whether it is file or directory. This is not the correct way by seeing colors and all. But here the blue color is directory, white color is file. Okay, I'll clear this. So we have here pwd, we have move test file we have. Okay, inside the file I will type some content. So move test, I have this is my move test file. Then I'll save it. Now I want to see the content. How can we see? By using cat command. Okay, by using cat command we could see. Now I want to move this file from slash to Ubuntu directory. Okay, how can we do that? So command is move, from where source and destination we have to give, correct? Source absolute path we can give or relative path. I'll use absolute path. So move test, inside the slash we have move test, and where I want to store, I want to store inside the Ubuntu. So here also I could use absolute path or relative path. Already I'm inside the slash, so I'm going to use absolute path itself, Ubuntu, inside the Ubuntu. Okay, so just I did move. See, the last slash is there, correct? You keep it or you remove it, no problem at all. Okay, that will not affect anything. If you want, you can keep it, no issues. Better you keep it. Okay, now I'll go to move it. Now when I give ls, see, the move test was removed from here because move is nothing but cut, correct? It is cut from this place, this slash, and it is going to paste it here inside the Ubuntu. So ls fnlh, sorry, ls Ubuntu, or I will give absolute path to avoid confusions. So what currently where I'm standing? I'm standing inside the PWD, inside the slash, but I want to see what is the content available inside uh, Ubuntu directory. Okay, so it will tell already we have created English folder, correct? Along with that, we have a move test also. Now, if I want to go inside this directory, cd command slash Ubuntu, I enter into Ubuntu directory, type ls or ls-l. Okay, so that here we have both the English and move test file we have, English directory we have. I want to check content, so move test content. See here, test. This is my move test file. Okay, so this is how we could copy and paste the file. Same like I want to copy this. I want to copy one directory inside this Ubuntu directory. Okay, so for that, what I will do, I'll go to slash, I'll clear it. So I will go to slash pwd. I'm currently standing here. ls. Here I'm going to create one directory. What is the command? mkdir -p command. If you want to create directory inside the directory we are going to use, but here I don't want to give -p command. So what I'm going to use? I'm going to use normal. What is the command? Where I need to create a directory. So my dir. Okay, my directory. Okay, I'll use my directory where I'm going to create. See, I given absolute path here. If you don't give absolute path, also it will going to create here only. Why? Because you're already standing slash only. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to give absolute path. See here, my directory is available. Now I want to copy the file, the folder. Tree command I'll use, tree slash Ubuntu. So when I give tree command, see this English directory here we have, correct? This English directory I want to move to tree. Sorry, I want to move to my directory, correct? Where is the my directory available? Inside the slash my directory is there, correct? Now I'll move, and where this English directory is available? Source path slash inside the Ubuntu, inside that English directory. This directory I'm going to copy. So English directory, this directory I'm going to copy from this place to which place? Slash my dir. Okay. When you give, see what happened? It moved. Now I'll run tree command, same tree command. See here, this English directory removed from here and it is copied to my dir. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll go to cd slash Ubuntu to check whether my directory is there. See here, only move test file only available inside the Ubuntu. English directory, what happened? It is moved from this location to this location. Now I'll go to this location, cd slash my directory. I'll type ls-l. See, my English directory is here, correct? Well, it is moved from this place to this place. If you want, you could use pwd. So the English directory was there inside Ubuntu. Now it is available inside my dir. So this is how you could use move command to move file or directory from one place to another place. Okay, now we will discuss about two more command, that is common commands only. So cd, if you give only cd without giving any option, then it will take you the home directory of the particular user. Okay, see here, where it will take you the home directory. What is the home directory of root user? Slash root. Okay, here we have um, two more commands that will help you to understand the commands. You have a man and help. Okay, so I'll give man. For example, if you want to see what is the use of date command, okay, you don't know what is the use of date command, what are the options we have, or what is the use of ls command, what are the options we have. So if you give ls, man space ls, then it will give you the information about the ls command. So this is the to list the directory content, and what are the options are there. See here, I have hyphen a, hyphen capital letter a, hyphen b. We have used hyphen l option, we have used, correct? If you press enter, then it will go one by one, line by line. If you press space bar, then it will go page by page. Okay, so which option we have used so far? We have used hyphen l option, correct? So see here, we have used hyphen l option, ls space hyphen l we used, correct? So this is long listing. Okay, same like we have n number of options here we have. So anyway, in our sessions, we are going to use different options to view the files. Okay, if you want to come out from here, press q. Okay, now same like you want to know what is the use of the date command, what are the options we have. Type man date, then it will give you date. Okay, so date, print or set the system date and the time. Okay, then you have multiple options here. Okay, you could use it. Whatever options you want, you could use it. I'll give q like that. Whatever the commands you have, if you want to know more about that command and what are the options we have, you could use it man page. Okay, and one more thing, we have help also. For example, help cd space hyphen help, if you give, then help also, it will give you the option. This will be in very short, and some commands both in help as well as man, both the pages it will be available. Some commands only help will contain, or some commands have only man pages. Okay, same like if you want to use what else command we used on move mv. Okay, m hyphen help, if you give m hyphen help, then it will give you the information about m usage, move option, source and destination. See, source and destination, source directory and direct destination directory, like that you could use multiple options here. You have, you could see it. By using these two commands, you can learn more about the commands. Okay, okay, I'll clear it. Okay, next we have file types, Linux operating system file types. I'll go to cd. I'll do one thing. I'll go to cd slash ls. So I have a, for this one called Ubuntu, or my directory I have, correct. So I'll go to cd my directory. Okay, so ls. So here I have a folder called English. Now I'm going to create one file here. To create file here, see, currently I'm standing here inside the directory. Inside the my directory, English folder is there. I'm going to create a one more file. Already direct is there. I'm going to create a file. The file name is called touch my file, something like that. Okay. Now if I give ls, see, it was only English folder was there. Now I created one more file. So ls-l if I give, then I can see that more information. So as I said, by using the color, we should not assume this is what the directory or this is what the file. That is not the right way. But here we have some options. We have some clue. If it is start with D, that is directory. If it is start with hyphen, that is file. Okay. Type ls-l when you are long listing, correct? When you are long listing, so it will give you the type. This is a directory or this is a file. If it is starting with hyphen, then that is a file. If it is starting with D, that is a directory. Apart from this, we have one more type, two more types we have. It will start with B. It will start with letter B. If it is start with B, then that is block. So no, most of the time we will use these block devices when we are using storages, correct? So block devices we could use it. Okay. And we have, if it is start with L, that is list link file. For example, I'll go to slash etc. Here we have a number of files we have. See, currently I'm standing in slash etc. I run ls-lh. Okay, so ls-lh, if ls-lh if I run, then I could see here the directory it is listing, correct? So if I start with hyphen, this is a file. Hyphen, this is a file. D, then this is a directory. If you come like this, okay, we have some file called L. See it here, it is starting with L. See, this is linked file. System release, it is linked with CentOS release. These both the files are linked. Both the files are linked among these two. Okay. So here also we have one link directory m.conf linked with dnf.conf. See here, it is starting with L. So like that, you have D hyphen L as well as S. S also you have, that is for socket. And B you have, if it is start with B, if it is start with B, let me clear this. Okay, B for block devices. Okay, example of B, if the file system start with B, then that is block device. So lsfnl slash dev slash dm hyphen star. If I give, so it will list me all the files which is available slash dev. Inside that, the file which is starting with dm hyphen. Okay, so here we have dm0, dm1. These are all related to our file systems. Okay, now this, if you see, it is starting with B. So these are the block devices, our hard disks, correct? Our hard disk are our file systems. Okay. Okay, now we will discuss about ls-l. Okay, ls-l. If you take this, so ls-l I given, I have not given any path. So what it will take, it will take this slash etc, correct? So currently I'm standing here in, I will clear it. Currently I'm standing here pwd. So if I want to give ls-lh, directly it will show the content of the current path, or you can give the path also. Okay, if you give, see here, when I given ls-l, if I give ls-l, first I'll show you ls-l. So pwd ls hyphen l slash etc. When I give ls hyphen l, see here, this is size actually. Okay, size is showing 1529409. What you are understand? Nothing. You cannot understand, correct? What is the size? For that, we are using ls hyphen lh. ls hyphen lh will give you human readable format. Okay, so clear. So ls, ls hyphen lh slash etc. So what ls hyphen lh will do? It will give you the information, the size information in kb, mb or gb. Without k, what is it? This is bytes. Okay, this is bytes. uh, if you don't use h, okay, if you don't use h, what happen? It will show you in bytes format. If you want to see KB or MB or GB, then you have to use H option. So it will give you human readable option. Otherwise, instead of 4.0K, it will give 4000 or 3000 something. Correct. So it will give in byte format. You cannot know what is the exact size of the file. What about 540? 540 is not KB. It is byte. Maybe it is less than KB. It is less than 1 KB. That is why it is showing the only number. If it is more than KB, then it will give 1.2K. If it is MB, then it will show you 1.5 MB. If it is GB, then it will show 1 GB, 2 GB, like that. So easily we could come to know what is the exact size of this particular file. Okay, so this is the difference between ls-l, ls-h. Okay, h is the option, you could add it. Here you could add it multiple options. You could add it ls-l and h also. See, for example, if you want, you can give like this ls -l space -h slash etc. This you can give like this also, but why we need to use two time hyphen, correct? So instead of that, how we could use ls -lh, both the options I have given slash etc. Okay, so like that you could use you could add h option along with l to see this file size in human readable format. Okay, so we'll stop here for this video. I'll continue the rest of the comments in my next part. We'll see there.